Betcha. Here we go. We're working with WYNN. How to identify bottom down here at a 369. Now, Leo, did you go through how that 369 and why the strength would go higher?
Yeah, I watched that with amazement, as you call that.
Okay. And each teeny line is one teeny, two teenies times, so that's 42 pennies.
Right.
In that movement. But it's 42 pennies. 500 shares is $200 potentially. But if you only get a little bit less, say you get 30 cents, still not bad money.
Right. Yeah, you had the hand up right on the pulse there.
Right. Did you see how this worked? And did you see how this worked? Because
yeah.
Before the breakout happened, this was minus 0.1, right?
Uh-huh.
And when it turned around, you got that 369 breakout. True or false?
True.
Okay. Right now, obviously, at this teeny line, the SMF market maker teeny line, there's not enough buyers there, because if there was buyers there, this would be above 35 wouldn't it?
Right.
And as long as it remains below it, you're going to test this half bar down here, Leo. And the half bar right here on the top of the 9 bar is 146.90. 146.90. Look at where you're at. You're 83 by 90. You want the bid to be 90 and going higher above that. So you're testing that half bar, right?
Right.
And you're at 33 and holding because you're closer to 35. You're not going below 30. If you do, you break below the half bar, right, Leo?
Yes.
Great. So if this goes north of 20, we could blow through there, but it's in a very, very, very way. There's your 35.
There's 36.
There you go. And you're at 15. Got to get north of 20. Are we going to keep going? That's on a 12 bar. We identified below as a group. Did we not, group?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we're seeing the truth of that movement. Are we not?
Absolutely, as it develops.
Okay. As you're actually going through the middle of that buyer and that seller. And in order to know if that buyer is going to get control, here's that 4 penny prop. Remember I told you, Leo, about the 147.04 over here?
Yes.
Well, look at it now. Now, can you maintain the bid and ask? This is this public spread. You want to see in the price spread, Leo, you want them to see them buying that side. That's at 6 cents higher between the two. Okay? You want them to be buying higher. You want that spread. You want that seller to get his way. So now you're falling weak, and you're falling weak. And you got to get a prop of 4 pennies, or you can't prop. And 35 is giving you some comfort right here at that price action teeny line right here. Okay? And you got to get 4 pennies on there for a bid prop, and we haven't got that. We got close.
And the price spread is dropping down to 2 cents now.
That's exactly right. Now you want to see this side printed. But 4 cents has got to pop in front of the bid. That would be a bid pop. And then they would break it higher. That's how we got 369.12. This 15-minute bar right here. Live. All right, are we going to get it? Let's see if we get 4 penny prop to get it higher. This is going to go toward 40, but it's fallen weak. This here can't drop below 13, otherwise it breaks the teeny line. Right, Leo?
Yes, I'm following.
Okay. Any other new MMT enrollees? Do you see what we're talking about here? It didn't quite make it because you're not above 35. And you're at right here at 13, so you're weak right there. And you haven't got that 4 cent bid pop. This has got to go toward 45, I said, way back over here. And we're in a 15-minute bar right now. And this has got to start snapping. And we got to get that people to cross that bid and ask. You got to get that ask. Got to get that bid pop up over here at 4 pennies up there now. And that's what you're waiting for, because the minute that happens, this thing is popping toward 45, and that's where you failed. So you'd be selling. You broke the half bar. You'd be out of the trade. So you had a 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and profit distribution. So you agree on taking the profit now, Leo?
Oh, yes.
All right. We'll conclude how to spot a bottom and how to take what it was willing to give and then start scaling out with their profit objective based on reversal here and entry here. And when you started to break that half bar, you're out. You're out. Right, everyone? Do you agree?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
And that is the protocol in the transaction model as a market maker versus someone that's just sitting here scared to death of what's going on in here, not knowing anything of what's going on in this public one. But you're not having that problem in your market maker platform, are you?
No.
No. You're not.
Take the profits that it offers, and then step back.
That's exactly right, because you slid the bid.
It's gone way down.
See the 15 bar, they slid the 15-minute price action bar. But it's gone down from the peak there, way below 35. This was at 15 on the peak, and it's dropped to 5. And that's why you dropped and you dropped the teeny, man, and you're starting a second teeny down. That'd be 42 cents up and 42 cents down equals 84 pennies between long and reversal short. Everyone agree?
Yes.
And that right now, how do you validate it? The big drop here. We know that that thing could come down and break that low. This drops below 15 towards 0. But it's all about that bottom entry, spotting the bottom, and that was a trade, and then you knowing how to come out at the top. So do my new enrollees agree with this or not?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we know
that 82 cents, if you make 60 out of it, it's still good.
it is 60-cent debit,
Yeah.
60 penny.
60
There's nothing
penny.
wrong with taking that 60 cents out of 82 cents.
Yes, you take 30 on your way up, 30 on your way down.
Right. And we could see that when something drops quickly, that we are actually dropping. What happened is, instead of you walking the prop up, they started selling down that bid. And when they sell down the bid, you know that that's when your current ratio drops. That's when you know that when the buyer's getting his way and they print through it, then they sell down below the market. Just the opposite across in that side. This side sells down torpedoes. This guy here, if they sell below the market, they could start to put a run on it. You hear me? So it works both ways. It works on walking it up, and it also works on walking it down. That means he sells over here, and that spread is being sold to the bid. This ratio is only at 0.4. It was at 15, remember. If it goes lower, then they would be selling that bid down and start selling below the market. They got all kinds of little gimmicks they do. However, MMT, this will decipher that. You don't have to worry about it. I know people have been trying to do this for years and can't figure this out in here. And a lot of people get compulsive with those numbers. You don't have to worry about that either. Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay? Because what it means is there at that top of that move, there wasn't any more buyer. There wasn't any more buyer. And the minute that there wasn't no buyer, somebody started selling this side of the market. Brrr. As soon as they got their way, that's how you got that reversal. And that's why that dropped. Because this bid was being sold. So now you know how to interpretate this. You don't even never have to really, you can look at it, but at least you know what the heck is going on in there. You're not going to be sitting there jumping up and down in your seat.
And no anxiety.
No anxiety is right. And see how you went now, see how you're back to 25? So that's how a bottom was put in, and that's the reversal to that top. So the 15 bar was a start. You had the 3, the 6, the 9, the 12. Now let me tell all my new MMT enrollees something. Are you listening very carefully now, okay? What you wanted when you get to a top is that you need to see another one of these bars blowing out up at the highs. In order, then that thing would have went north of 45 in the intraday range, and this would have went north of 20 positive, 0.20 positive, or whatever. So that was what it was willing to do, and it's still trying to make a bottom. And the next step, MMTs, is if this bottom holds and these things turn around immediately again and this shoots back up to 15 again, then that means that it's got strength. However, let's monitor the bid and ask only using this. When this goes up in value, they're bid popping and they're buying that side of the market. And you went through a bid pop live in this video. Any questions about it?
Just a simple observation that it would be moving toward those moving averages now in the public model. If it crosses over, would that elevate the chances of it going higher again?
Yes, it would. It would break through that half bar and everything would start ripping that way, and this would start ripping back toward 15. It wouldn't look back.
So one could position themselves to go long again as
yeah, well,
as
this will hold. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that is a public indicator, and what happens is the public model does make sell decisions there, but if this thing turns, it'll blow right through them, meaning that they would get out of the way and just get taken out. But you have to see the volume bar at the bottom increase now down here. See the amount of shares in this particular bar? It's, let's see what it is. Okay, it's volume. There it is. Okay, there is what I have right now. These volume bars over here were much bigger. So there are 200 shares in this volume bar right now. That's it. You see that?
Consolidation then.
Exactly. However, you need a big volume move in one way or the other. What this will do is that once it starts going below 25 and dropping, you need to get short down to the bottom. But if we consolidate, and the longer we stay above there, and this can start building a base at 0.5 and higher, that we will have some support. And this is classified in the system, if should that be the case, is that it's a teeny higher than the other teeny off the original bottom over here now. And we fall weak here, we're blowing right through these lows.